Coach, obviously Gonzaga is an upper echelon team, but
They're the best team in the country.
best team in the country. So,
So they're really, really upper echelon.
what I'm trying to say is that when you think about this stretch of 4 games,
Yep.
what does it kind of tell you about where this team is right now?
Well, we're doubting and we're wondering a lot. We need to get better. We're really being tested, and we're gonna have to find some new creative answers, and it's a little bit of a we need to we got to reinvent ourselves a little bit. We can do some good things. We have good players. We just have to we're gonna have to try and find a little bit better way to do it.
What happened with T. John?
So he in the beginning of the San Francisco game, he went down and then a player landed right on him on the ball and on his head, and a possession later he basically airballed 2 free throws, and I think he was 0 for on the night, actually, a really weird showing for him. And he was just he's got just he's doing good. He's got a little bit of neck pain, a little bit of head pain, and so just as a precaution to make sure that he's okay, we held him out tonight.
How difficult was it to deal with Chet Holmgren tonight?
Yeah.
He was doing a little bit of everything for Gonzaga.
Yeah, he's pretty special. I mean, he's presumptive #1 pick in the NBA draft for a reason, and he's actually showing better than that. I think he's shooting 64% from the 3-point line as a 7'1" guy. He's owning all the space around the rim, so it can be really frustrating getting downhill, and then he just cleans up all the mistakes. And what's really nice for the Zags right now is they're able to exert so much pressure on the perimeter, take so many chances because they've got him covering for him behind, and he's super mobile in ball screen, so he can be in a ball first or even a step off a ball first coverage and really take away shots, and he moves his feet well. He's a real problem because as he's a ball screen guy, you kind of have to pick your poison. You're either going to not switch and give up 64% 3-point shooter, you're going to switch and you're going to have an undersized issue, which we had 3 times in the lane with him. And he's a real talent. He should be. He continues to prove the doubters wrong. I think coming to college, a lot of people looked at him and said, "Hey, we'll just have to beat him up, and maybe the game will be too physical." But it's not. He's responded in a great way. I think he's a really, really special, maybe a generational player in terms of how unique he is. He's proving it every night now.
Why do you think your offense has struggled so much the last 2 games?
Well, it's it's a lot of reasons. Tonight we were just a little bit. Tonight we had a really tough time getting downhill. We were a little bit timid. Our pace has kind of gone away. Clearly, it's complicated without T. Because he's such a primary ball handler for us, and he actually is able to create so much for Alex. Like, we're able to go through him and create some different looks for Alex. So that was complicated tonight. The other thing tonight was, it made our post play kind of rendered it. It was pretty ineffective, and so it took that part of the game away from us. And so, you can't get downhill, you can't work the post, and it makes life tough. And that's a credit to Gonzaga. I thought they were terrific, and we're running up against some size the last 2 games. It's been really complicated for us to manage because it's taking away stuff from us at the rim. It's taking away post play for us. It's limiting our effectiveness on the offensive glass, which is partly a result of how we're trying to massage some lineup issues. So there's a lot of pieces that go into it.
Mark, it's a tough back here.
Yep.
Hi, sorry. It's a tough stretch right now, and obviously a really tough loss. What's your message to these guys after? What's your message to them?
Yeah. So a couple of messages. One is at times like this, it's super important that you turn off your phone and you just turn all the stuff off and you just look inwards. Like, that's really important, because the only alternative is just sucking all the poison that you're going to see and hear. And right now, it's really, really important for our team. You know, we're being tested in a great way. And it's really important for our team that all the messaging is coming inward, not coming from outside. Because, you know, everybody has comments about things, but nobody's invested like these guys are, and nobody really knows the story like these guys are. And these guys are actually the experts on their team. And so that's really important right now, as we try and, like, you know, find our way through the woods right now. And you know, it has been a really tough stretch. You know, some circumstantial stuff's been really disappointing. Some, you know, some rotational stuff, some health stuff's been tough. You know, scheduling's been tough. There's been a lot of things conspired to you know, put us in this really tough 2 weeks for us. And you know, we haven't had 2 weeks like this since we've been here. And so it's just this is also something my staff is trying to take in, and we're trying to figure it out. Like, I'm not a super experienced coach at this. Like, I got to figure out some things too. So the most important message is that we keep looking inward and kind of try and quiet all the voices around us, because everybody, and even the people we love the most, are going to have messages that are not the message that we need to hear to get us out of this. And then the second thing is, these are really good players. Like, this is a good team. And we have a lot of great basketball left in us if we'll fight to take it. And you know, you think about it, you know, you think about this, and I told the guys this after, I'm like, hey, this has been a really tough stretch, and everybody that you know is talking about the sky is falling, and we're going to wake up tomorrow and still, after this mess, still be a top 50 team in the country. And, you know, that's not easy to do. I mean, there was a long stretch before we got here where that wasn't something that was happening. And that's after this couple of weeks. So we just have to remember that we're good. And, you know, it's the same thing in life, man. When you take a step back, whether it's in school or work or family or whatever, you just have to remind yourself, you know, you don't want to drink the poison Kool-Aid either, you know. And these guys, I think they have faith in each other. And, you know, we got a big challenge right now. It's not, you know, we're walking into next week, not, you know, we're going to try and get to fresh. We're going to work hard to get to fresh. We're going to work hard to get to reinventing, but we're not going to get there all the way. And it's just have to take some guts and some grits and some fight and some tough and some trust in each other to get there. So that's the messaging we're going with right now. And it's true. It's actually true. It's true in basketball, and it's true in life.
Coach, of the final 5 games, these next 3 are on the road. How do you sort of just conceptualize these last 5 and what they mean to your team?
I can't, you know, at this point where we are right now, it's one game. It's Thursday. Like, that's always the way we are. And for us right now, that's just it. In fact, it's not even Thursday. You know, these guys are, you know, we don't practice or meet on Sundays is Lord's Day, so we're meeting at Monday morning at 8 a.m., and we're going to start again with the reinventing ourselves. And listen, this reinvention process is something that happens over and over and over again through a season. And sometimes it's not such, you know, it's sometimes not, you know, such tough 14 days. But this reinvention is something we've gone through multiple times already this season, and we're good at it, and we'll do it well again this time.
You kind of mentioned being a top 50 team even after tonight, but do you worry at all right now about the tournament and what these last 2 weeks have done?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this has really hurt us in terms of tournament, but you know, our destiny is still in our control, and that's what matters. Like, what matters is, you know, the season is to get better, okay? And we have taken a bunch of punches in the last couple of weeks, and we're still just, you know, everything's still ahead of us. And we have to stay focused on the fact that everything's still ahead of us. Don't get tricked. That's why we got to turn out these outside voices, because the facts are the facts that everything is still in front of us. Everything is still in our control, and that's a powerful thing. It's just like, you know, I tell this to parents all the time of young players. You know, don't steal your child's power, right? Don't jump in and blame the refs or blame the coach or blame the teammates, because all you're doing is telling your child that he actually can't affect change, that his future and his success is relying on if the coach is good or not, or if the refs are fair or not, or if the teammates pass him the ball or not. And what it does is, it's not intended that way, but a parent steals their child's power, right? And our team, like, we have full power and full control over our future. And people are going to try and take that away and try and steal that, but our guys have to focus in and understand that we have total control over our future. And that's a great place to be. And that's always the way it has to be. And these guys have all the power in their hands to make this season or whatever they want. We can make it in one of the greatest comeback stories ever. I dig it, man. I love that. So that's our goal.
You mentioned, how good this team is. Obviously, they're still going to be top 50 after this weekend, and you have good players. How difficult is it to actually feel like you're in a team, especially when you're down on the right now?
Yeah, it's listen, belief is everything. Like, belief is everything. And right now we're questioning ourselves. I mean, we just are. Like, it's just the truth. And every single one of these guys are going to go home and question it. I'll spend all night, just like I spent the last 15 days, questioning the decision making I'm making and my processes. And I'm taking notes on how I need to do things different next year in different parts of the season. And we're all questioning right now. But questioning is scary. Because it means that you're kind of fighting for your faith, you're fighting for your belief, but questioning also is a place you can grow, and so that's the question: are we going to grow, or are we going to, are we going to be like most teams and most people and most organizations and kind of crumble a little bit right now and not be able to get out of it? I believe we're going to grow. I believe we are. I think that's what we do. That's who we are. That's who these guys are in this locker room, and that's our challenge.
Last question. What gives you guys confidence that this can get fixed, knowing that this is a spot that you've never been in, the team's never been in? What gives you that confidence going forward that this can get fixed?
I think there's a few things. I think our belief in each other, which is certainly being challenged, but we're working on. So I think our belief in each other is really important. I think that is the foundation of everything. And I think that, our enthusiasm and love of this game is something that's really important also. Like, that's what carries you through these moments. And then the third thing is our ability to kind of write our own story. We get to write our own ending to this story, right? We can't write the story that happened tonight. It's already done. And we can't write what happened the last 13 days before tonight either, but we can write the next 7, the next 1. We can write tomorrow, and we can write Monday and Tuesday. And so I think those 3 things combined is kind of where we're living right now. Sorry about that tonight, guys. I know that was no fun. I'm grateful for you being here.